Oh god, Social Security. Oh no. I don't know at all what's going to happen with Social Security.
Well, in
I'll
theory,
go ahead
Trump
and-
wants.
Go ahead. No, don't, go ahead, Zombie.
In theory, Trump wants to get rid of taxes on Social Security, which, to be fair, only became a thing in the 1980s. But it was made a thing in the 1980s because Social Security was in a similar situation that it is now, where it was going broke because there wasn't enough money to pay for all of the benefits.
And they needed money back into it. Yeah.
So if you remove the tax on Social Security, you're just going to create or worsen the existing problem of there's too many retirees drawing on the system, and the system is a pay-as-you-go system, not an invest system, like a system which you invest for later. Social Security is paid entirely with taxes from right now. It's not that you're paying into a fund that pays back out to you later down the line. It's that you pay out for Social Security for someone who's currently on Social Security.
Yep.
To just kind of add to that for Redneck being confused. Social Security is a system that works, in theory, as long as the population is expanding. Right? You want more workers coming into the workforce, paying for the fewer workers that are leaving the workforce. But since our population really isn't expanding anymore, we've kind of reached this point where people are like, kids, I don't know, that's a lot of work. That's starting to really cause a problem, and I don't know if it's actually fixable if that trend continues. I don't know if Social Security is actually fixable.
It's fixable, but not in a way that's going to make people happy.
Well, yeah, not in a way that's going to get you and me and younger people our benefits when we retire from Social Security.
My personal theory is that if they do make Social Security no longer taxable, they are also going to raise the age at which you can claim Social Security and raise the age of full retirement for people who are probably younger than, say, 50.
Yeah.
Like people who have time to plan for it, quote unquote.
I 100% agree with that, Redneck, and I think the people who fail to do that properly, and this is going to sound real harsh, but they should pay for that. That's the consequence of not doing a good job of preparing, and society learns by those mistakes. We don't learn anymore when the government's here to protect us from our mistakes.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, Social Security runs awfully similarly to a Ponzi scheme, unfortunately. For better or worse. Oh, fuck.
Okay. I'm glad I got here, but now that I'm here, I don't think I can leave.
Now that you're here, it doesn't seem like you want to be here anymore.
Yeah. But I got here. I got the points. I'm scouting shit.
Yeah, essentially, Social Security only works because young people pay into it because FDR made a system that isn't a save for retirement. It's
Holy shit, I need help.
Well, I'm dead, so I don't know what's that. We got uplink.
You've let me down. Got it.
They're up in the center.
I'm going to die here. I know
There's a lot
this.
of them there,
Yeah,
Jesus.
I killed one. Fuck me. I killed one. It's fine.
But unfortunately, Social Security is a system that relies on people paying into it constantly because it's not saving for yourself. It's just another fucking tax for a welfare benefit. So ultimately, young people are going to get fucked one way or another because the system was not designed with this kind of a situation in mind where the population isn't increasing nearly as quickly. So, God help us.
Well, that's what it was intended, Redneck, but it's turned into very quickly an entitlement, which I understand the entitlement mindset. It's like I paid into it, I should get something out from it, right? So I understand it, but it's very much turned into I'm going to rely on that now, which is not a good idea, but that's what we do.
I mean, it's not like it's a bad theory. Also, this map is fucked. I'm just going to point that I hate this map.
Like communism.
Like
communism, Zombie. It's not a bad theory.
It's not a bad idea to say we want to set up a system to take care of old people, when in their retirement because they spent all their life working, and we don't want them to be homeless and penniless. Okay, that's a noble goal. Great.
Holy shit.
Every fucking social welfare system is like that. We want to do good for these people because they're in society and we decided that it's worth spending the money to take care of them. Blah 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 blah. And to a certain extent, there's some arguments to be made that a level of that is actually quite useful. You don't really necessarily want a bunch of homeless people running around society, right? who aren't
Oh.
being productive.
That's a lockup right there. Bomb, please. Yes. I'll take it. Go ahead. Sorry.
But unfortunately, the economic reality is that there's a limited amount of shit to go around, and there are limits to the amount of stuff you can provide to people who aren't providing an economic benefit in return. Like, that's just kind of the reality. It's no, and that's not a judgment on should we be trying to provide for people, you know, who
Yeah.
can't provide for themselves. It's just the reality is there's not enough to go around, and then inevitably out of that you get situations like this.
But I want more free stuff, Sam. You don't understand.
That's great and all, but you know, fuck you, you lazy bitch. It's not your fault, right? But we collectively as a society decided 80 years ago, 90 years ago, something like that, that it didn't matter that it was your fault or not, but that, you know, we wanted to provide people who worked their whole life for society a benefit of some variety.
A safety net, if you will.
Yeah, a safety net to say, okay, you worked your whole life, you know, you contributed to society for 40 years, so society is going to take care of you in your last 20, right? That is a call that was made.
Lord
And
have mercy.
unfortunately, for better or worse, the old people are the ones who vote. So we're not going to get rid of it because the people receiving the benefit are also the ones who are the most consistent voters in this country because they're retired and they have nothing better to do.
This actually brings into mind, and it's kind of clicking together here. That old proverb, and I'm going to butcher it. Cyborg, you might remind me. Right, a society is great when an old man will plant a tree knowing he'll never, you know, sit under its shade or whatever.
Grow.
Yeah.
Said that exact one to you like yesterday.
Yeah, I think that applies here perfectly. Our society would be great if the old, this is going to sound awful here, if the people, the old men and women, right, who are wanting these benefits, would stop and recognize that the system, that social security system, is going to implode long before their children and their grandchildren ever benefit from it. And if they cared enough about the future generations,
No, then Boomer said "fuck you" and pulled the ladder up behind him.
yeah, like.
I mean, that's pretty much what's happened. and-
I'm trying to not get super political on that because we've been doing a really good job so far of being very unbiased, which I appreciate.
Oh,
So I'm hesitating to go that far in it, but I think this is a clear situation where the current people who are voting for their personal benefit and not for the benefit of future generations, and that's a problem for us. I guess that's the way I'll put
Well-
it. That doesn't feel quite so harsh.
Yeah, so I mean, ultimately, taxing Social Security is stupid to begin with because it's a tax for a welfare benefit that is supposed to literally just pay you.
The government's paying you, but it's going to tax what it's paying you. Yeah, it's weird.
It's retarded. But the problem ultimately is that the money, the resources do not exist to continue the program as is, and if we stop taxing it, it's just going to hasten that issue. And so we're going to have to do something to fix that.
I
What
got
that is
an
likely,
SU on my rear,
Oof.
Roger.
and I'm fixing to get shot down. Woo!
What that is likely
I
going
know.
to turn into is fucking younger people who are going to have to continue to pay into the system at
Shit.
the same rates, but will receive less benefits.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay.